Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. If you guys are watching the replay, always let me know in the comments with hashtag replay. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, click subscribe with this button right here and give me a thumbs up if you love this video. So today I want to talk about best known beats best. And this was something I was actually having a conversation with my mom today. And it was just this concept where it's like, you no longer have to be, I'll go into this rant later. So, okay, let me talk about best known beats best. What does that mean, best known beats best, and how you can literally win on social media just by being the best known person, okay? I think a lot of times, hey Shakira, how are you? If you guys are chiming on, say hey. If you're watching the replay, always say hey in the comments and let me know if you guys ever have any questions. So I'm just gonna dive right into it. What is best known beats best? What does that mean, and how is it so easy these days to win on social media? So like I said, I was having this conversation with my mom today. And when I started uploading videos onto YouTube, which is like my latest and greatest social media platform that I'm like obsessed with, aka search engine. I shouldn't say social media platform, it's a search engine. So when I started uploading videos onto YouTube, I'm sitting on like about 80 live streams right now, because you guys know in this Facebook group, the Vibe Tribe, I do social media marketing live streams every single day. It's my passion. I'm obsessed with it. It doesn't feel like work. I show up 15, 30 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour. Like if I can't shut up, if no one waves the flag, then I don't shut up and people are just like, I can keep going. I can literally talk about social media all day in marketing. So I'm sitting on 80 videos in this Facebook group, and I was like, you know what? Like, why am I sitting on such amazing content? Like, I need to start repurposing that onto a search engine so the people that need my help can quite literally just search for it, okay? That's why I'm so super passionate about search engine social media marketing, because if you just rely on time-sensitive platforms, you're gonna have to sweat for attention. You're gonna have to show up daily and consistently, and you're literally sweating for attention. And there's no way that you're ever gonna see results unless you show up on the platform. So I was talking to my mom about this, and I was like, you know what's crazy is like so my goal with YouTube is I wanna post a video every single weekday. I always give myself weekends off because I don't know, I always like having like a little buffer. Like I'll probably upload on the weekend anyway because I'm just an overachiever. But I say I'll do new videos weekly, so that's 5 days a week, 2 days off, okay? So as I was uploading videos onto YouTube, I like came to this realization like as I was searching for videos that were kind of sort of similar than what I already talked about in a live stream. And I was like, there were like a couple things that I realized, and they were all like really positive things. One of the things that I realized is that there's not really a lot of content on YouTube, which is crazy when it comes to teaching, and especially the people in this Facebook group, online entrepreneurs that are service-based, that have all of this amazing ideas, amazing information in their minds, but all they quite frankly have to do is just express it on a video, okay? So when I was on YouTube, I was like, okay, there isn't a lot of videos on what I do, okay? And if there are, there's only like one that somebody did. So the reason why a lot of people, when they start a YouTube channel or start Instagram, start Pinterest, start Facebook, when they start, someone out there in the Facebook land, group universe, business coach, whatever you want to call that person, is telling other people not to show up on social media. And I posted a quote about this a couple days ago. I made my own quote, and it was something along the lines of, you know, if people tell you not to work as much, is because they will feel guilty if you're working more than they are. So one of the biggest myths that's on the internet is that you don't have to post a lot on social media. You don't have to produce a lot of content. And that's not true. The more content you can like push out there while remaining sane and going about your day is amazing, because it all reflects back to this concept that best known beats best. So what that means is that the person that gets the most attention is going to win, okay? And this really breaks my heart because I see so many amazing entrepreneurs that like just put all of their time and energy into Instagram and Facebook, and then they get burnt out and they're like, I don't think this is for me because the results don't reflect who I am. And like I said in the live stream previously, is that really has nothing to do with you. It's just the platforms that you're prioritizing are not ones that prioritize value-based content. They prioritize vanity metrics and how skimpy of a bikini you're wearing and memes and GIFs and duck face selfies and all of these things, right? That really have nothing to do with your business. So back to best known beats best is when I was looking on YouTube, I was like, there aren't that many videos on what I love talking about, which is search engine social media marketing. Pinterest, YouTube, podcasting, blogging, placing your content onto search engines over Instagram and Facebook. That is my passion. That's what I love talking about. Grew up as a Pinterest influencer. I have 95,000 followers on Pinterest. I'm so obsessed with search engines. And I know the power that passive marketing has when growing an online brand and business. You don't have to put a lot of effort into it. You just have to put your value onto a search engine and allow the search engine to work in your favor. How does the search engine work in your favor? Because your ideal client is always searching for the solution to their problem. 24/7, worldwide, while you're sleeping. You could be surfing, you could be taking a nap, you could be playing with your kids, you could be making lunch, and somebody's searching for your content, but only if you put it on a search engine. So I was saying this to my mom earlier. I was in conversation with her and I was like, this is so crazy because like, I know I'm going to grow my YouTube channel because I'm already sitting on 80 live streams that I've done inside of this Facebook group because like I said, I'm passionate about what I do. I have a lot of information. It's a lot of valuable information. And right now it's just kind of sitting in the Instagram and Facebook black hole. If anyone feels me on this, let me know in the comments because that's how my content was. It was kind of just like sitting there and still is. And quite literally it's unsearchable because even when people join this group, it's just highly unlikely that they're going to search inside of this group for a specific video that I did and come up on all of the videos that I did, right? And not only that, it's only limited to the amount of people that are in this group. So right now there's 5,600 amazing, ambitious entrepreneurs in this Facebook group. But the reality is that there's millions of people using a search engine at any given moment of the day. So I can either hoard all of my content into a Facebook group that has still amazing, like 5,600 people in it, or do I make those videos public just by repurposing the content onto a search engine and having whoever needs my help get it, right? So Mark says, totally agree. Lots of my content sitting there on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, and like, it's one of those things where like, I literally had this aha, like it was one of those things where I was like, I need to do YouTube, but I don't have the time. I need to do YouTube, but it's always like, I don't have time, right? Until you actually do it and you realize that it like doesn't really take a lot of time at all, especially if you're already showing up consistently on a certain platform. So for example, for me, it was Facebook Lives. So what I did was that I have all of these amazing Facebook Lives, so I just wanted to repurpose them onto YouTube. But I was like, I can literally infiltrate YouTube because I have all of these amazing live streams that I've already done, and I don't care about perfect. I don't care about editing videos. I don't care about what I look like. I don't need to have a script. All I need to do is show up and answer people's questions. But the great thing about that is that I am going to create probably 10 times more content than the other content makers that are already on YouTube, okay? Just because I'm unscripted, just because I'm not like, getting done up and having somebody like edit my video that takes like 5 days to do, right? But the end scenario of that, so like, let's just like fast forward to a year from now. When I stay consistent on YouTube, I'm gonna be pushing out probably around like 330 to upwards of 365 videos a year if I do one every single day, give or take a couple of weekends, okay? That's 360 videos in my vault. So if somebody that does the same thing as me and is already an influencer on YouTube, if they only push out one video a week because that's all they think they need to do, it doesn't matter because best known beats best, okay? So when they see my videos on YouTube and I provide the value for them, and I have like 4 videos against their 1 video that comes up in the search, what are the chances that my video is gonna get clicked on over somebody that's already on YouTube? Hi. I was like looking at comments. Okay. So, Mark says, what are some of the keys to tagging your videos on YouTube and making it searchable? So Mark, I am actually doing a challenge where we're going to take, I'm going to have this challenge. I think I'm going to have it in the beginning of July, maybe after 4th of July holiday, but I want to start a challenge where like I go through 10 days with you guys where it's like, okay, this is what you need to do first, second, third, fourth, fifth, because tagging videos is all about search engine and search engine optimization. So when you tag videos on YouTube, it has to be related to whatever you're talking about in the video. So if I'm talking about Instagram, it'll be Instagram marketing tips. Like you need to tag things that the video is related to. And I'm just gonna give a memo to anyone. This is like quick tip memo. Don't tag videos that are like unrelated to your video, because YouTube will actually like push you down in the search. Meaning, if you're talking about an Instagram video, don't tag Kylie Jenner in your Instagram video because it's a high search term. It's the same with Instagram, okay? You don't want to tag something unrelated that's unrelated to your video, because if you do, you're gonna get penalized for it. That's just how it is, okay? Hi Lisa, how are you? So I wanna keep talking about this concept of best known beats best. So I was like doing the math in my head. I was like, okay, if the majority of people are lazy, that's just like a known fact of life, okay? The majority of people are lazy. And like people, especially, that's why it's so super important who you hire as a coach or a consultant or a mentor, that if they're only telling you to push out content like once a week, once every couple of days, that's all you're ever going to reach in the world. Does that make sense? And especially if you're only pushing it out on Instagram and Facebook, which are time-sensitive platforms, you're never going to be seen by people, okay? You even have to push it out like more on Instagram and Facebook if you're not paying for advertising, because your content is dying after 30 minutes that it's in the news feed, okay? So, best known beats best. You will win online. The easiest way to win on social media and win online is if you produce valuable content every single day. It doesn't matter what time you do it. If you want to do it at 6 a.m., you can do it at 6 p.m., you can do it at noon, you can like wake up from a nap and post. Like it doesn't matter what time you post it, okay? Just post it. Get in the habit of creating that, like I said, the habit. It's a success winning habit. And that's where a lot of people fail. It's like, we have all these like amazing like dreams and like, I want to do this, be this, do that, X, Y, Z. But like we all fail, the majority fail at like the most simplest thing, which is the habit, okay? The habit of being consistent, the habit of posting every single day, the habit of being like, okay, if this is my passion, if this is what I love to do, and this is like how I want to serve people, then I need to show up for them. Like nothing, like one of my biggest pet peeves in the world is when people are like, I want to do this, but I don't want to take the time to do it. And it's like, then you don't want to do it. That's not what you want to do. That is not your passion then. Like, I hate to burst your bubble, but like when you are passionate about something, you will show up every single day because your mission is to serve and help other people, okay? So when you show up on any platform of your choosing, but if you guys know me by now, I always recommend search engine social media channels, Pinterest, YouTube, podcasting, and blogging, okay? When you show up daily, okay, it doesn't matter what time, don't worry about 9 a.m., 9:01 a.m., or like 10:03 a.m. That's like irrelevant. What's more important is that you show up every single day, somehow, some way, in some fashion. When you do that and you apply search, if you're posting on a search engine, you are going to see results, okay? And the reason is that best known beats best. So it doesn't matter, as long as you show up, you are going to infiltrate the search because your content is there. And the only caveat to all of this is that you actually need to be posting valuable content, which is, if you're an expert or you're a coach or you're a consultant, That's like the easiest thing that you can do. Okay, the easiest thing is just showing up, giving your value away for free, and then pressing submit. Or I guess like, yeah, pressing submit after. That's all you have to do. And it's like, if you actually do the math, if you think of all of the people, like if you are 1,000% committed to this, like just like I am, if you're just like me, okay, and you're like, this is my dream, this is my mission, to serve other people, to help them become more successful in your niche. So you, all of this can happen for you if you are consistent and post daily. Now, the reason why that is going to work is because all these other people online, and I noticed this today as I was looking through the search, is that all of these other people are so ingrained that they don't have to do a lot of work in order to see success, which is simply not true, okay? The more you show up, the best known, it doesn't have to be an edited video. I don't edit these videos at all. It doesn't have to be edited, okay? You just have to show up, provide the value by answering somebody's question, and then blast it on the internet. Like, it really can be that simple. And I think like what held me back the most from doing it earlier was I was literally being lazy. I was like, oh, it's gonna take time. It's gonna I don't need another social media platform. Like, I know it's amazing, but ... And then I kind of kept like pushing it on the back burner. Like, it was always on my to-do list, but I kept like pushing it down on the list. And it wasn't until I started continuously, like I've only been on YouTube for like a week, less than a week actually. And it's just like the results that I'm already seeing on YouTube, like I'm seeing like 5 times the results, like the views that I have for people seeing my content. And it's like, it's only been on there for a week. And with search engines, you have to allow about a month for your ideal clients to search for your content. Because it's like the opposite of instant gratification. You post and then you wait, okay? You let the search work for you. Whereas like when you post content on time-sensitive platforms like Instagram and Facebook, you like have to live off of the immediate likes and comments, and you like hope that you get them. It's like posting and praying, like I always say. You have to hope that somebody is like liking and commenting for your post to stay alive. Well, search engines are the complete opposite because it's value-based. You get rewarded if you post valuable content that people can search for and you help them, because what are they going to do if you help them? They're going to like your video. They're going to subscribe. They're going to share it. They're going to comment. They're going to do all of the things under the sun. And that's even better because then your content because your content becomes more viral over time. Okay. It's not like Instagram and Facebook where once you post, it lasts for like max day or two, and then it's like dunzo's dead, no one's viewing it ever again. Maybe you'll get one more view in a year. It's like, that's not how YouTube works, okay? Hey Lyle, how are you? He goes, hey tribe, I love that. I hope you're having an amazing day. So just kind of like to wrap this up, if you guys have any questions about what I'm saying, let me know in the comments. But just to wrap this up, the concept of best known beats best is just don't be lazy, right? And if you really are passionate about what you want to help other people with, you will show up every single day. No more worrying about the time you show up. No more worrying about if it's like 3:01 p.m., 8:09 a.m. or like whatever. You're like, oh, I missed it by a minute. I can't post today. It's like, no, just stop with that, okay? It's better to just consistently show up every single day because your mission is to help other people succeed. Now, this is how like karma works. It's like, okay, when you show up every day, what happens in the back end, okay? When you're showing up, there's a whole heck of a lot of other people, like 99% of the other people that are like talking about it, right? They don't show up, okay? It's all in here. So when you show up every single day and you're publishing this content consistently, what happens? You become the best known over time, okay? How is that great? You're gonna be top of mind now. If you start publishing all of this content and you pushing it on the search engines and people start searching for your content, guess who's gonna pop up? You are. Okay, Shakira goes, yes, you're helping me a ton. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay. Yay! Okay, so Lyle says doing well. Did my second live stream in my Facebook group today with 34 of them. Haha, still getting used to it. And my heart beats so fast, LOL, but the longer I go, the better it gets. I love being mission-minded. Has helped me realize it's not about me. I love that you just wrote that comment because trust me, I want you right now to go over to my Facebook business page, facebook.com/Kylie Francis Social. You can go to my first live stream I've ever done. I was like, my heart was like pounding out of my chest. I think I was like sweating. I was like, it was like 55 minutes long because I was just so nervous that I was just like talking. And then it was actually really funny because my first live stream that I ever did, I had like, there were like so many people on, which was like kind of weird. It was almost like worst case scenario because the second one that I did, which was like the following day, absolutely no one showed up. So I was like, you have to have every single case scenario in order to know how you personally are going to get through it, which I think is awesome. Like, I'm happy I had like one extreme and then the other because it really like, at first I was like, oh, live streams are easy. They're fun. Like, even though like my heart was beating really fast, like everyone was on, like everyone was chatting with me. The second day, no one showed up. And I was like, do I pretend like I'm talking to people while no one's on the live stream? It's like so embarrassing to think about now, but yeah, that is amazing. And I'm so proud of you. Keep doing it. And they do get easier if you keep doing them consistently. Like, even if you show up on a day and you feel like, oh, no one's going to watch, it's like people will watch later. I always say that too. It's like, don't worry about if people can be on right when you're on, right? Because like, we can't assume that people are just going to drop everything that they're doing in order to see us live, right? That's just not how it is. So if no one shows up, that doesn't mean nobody's interested. It just means that they're quite literally doing something else, okay? So, best known beats best. You will win on social media if you prioritize search engines, if you show up daily and consistently, and if you provide valuable information. That is the answer. There's literally nothing else that you need to do. You just have to do it. That's all you have to do. And I'm telling you right now that there's like this massive bubble going around where people are like, do less, like, you don't have to do so much. Like, you're fine. Just post once a month. Like, you don't have to do a lot. Like, go back and have a drink. Like, you're okay. And it's like, you know what? It's like, no. The people that tell you not to help other people daily and that just are like, you know, if they tell you to be lazy, it's because they are just as lazy and they don't want to feel as guilty for telling you not to show up online. So, prioritize a search engine. Show up every single day. It doesn't matter what time, just show up once a day. It could be 7 a.m. one day, 9 p.m. the other, okay? And then the third thing you need to do is provide valuable content, because what those three together are gonna help you do, it's gonna help you establish a performance-winning success habit. And that is showing up daily. And that's usually the first struggle that everyone has. It's typically not a, motivational thing where it's like a lot of people are motivated to live their best life. A lot of people do want to be the best versions of themselves, but they can't even get off the seat because they don't have the habit, right? So it's like, we need to like Lyle, you just said that you're on your like second or third live stream. Keep going. Like, you're going to get to your 10th one and you're going to kind of be like, you're going to have this like resistance where you're like, maybe you're going to have a couple where no one shows up. Maybe you're going to have a couple where like a ton of people show up and then no one shows up. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Okay. Keep going. You need to develop that habit and then start repurposing that content onto YouTube, because your content will literally be in the black hole of Facebook if you just let it sit there. And that was this is like literally one of my biggest regrets, is not starting YouTube sooner. And it's like, I just wish that I was like, I didn't have those like dumb fears and hesitations in my head where it's like, oh, it's hard. Oh, it's time consuming. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's like all these things that like, it could be subconscious. Like, I could have read it on the internet where people are like, oh, don't use YouTube. Like, YouTube's dunzos, or like, don't use this because of that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, all these people talk, but they don't have any experience, right? Do you ever notice that? Like, the people that talk the loudest, like, literally have quite no experience. So it's like, what you need to do is like continue with the success habit of posting every single day, and then when you look back 6 months from now, you're going to be like, damn, like I'm so happy that I did that, because when people, like, you're going to increase your brand recognition, and you are literally going to be the best known, and you're going to beat the best people because they're too lazy to even publish content. Okay, so Lyle says, thank you, Kylie. I trust your advice, and I know it will get better. We'll definitely check out your older stuff too. Yeah, and I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm repurposing all of this content onto YouTube. It's definitely gonna be delayed because I obviously go live in here first. So this is like where it's like the hottest piece of content. And then I am repurposing, it's like not really in any order. I'm just kind of like repurposing the content as I go. So, and that's another thing too. It's like, don't worry about when it happens. Just if I do it every single day, it's eventually going to get there. So it's like, if you do it daily, like one thing every single day is better than doing like a billion things in one day and then getting like burnt out and being like, I cannot do this for the next, like, literally rest of my life. Because that's how I look at this. It's like, why am I in a rush when I plan on doing this for the rest of my life? I'm not in a rush. So if I just show up once a day for like 15 minutes, what else am I going to be doing, right? It's like, this is why I'm here, is to help you guys out, is to give you value for you guys to become more successful. So if I didn't show up, then that would never happen for you. So that's kind of like how I look at it. If it's just like a little switch in mindset, showing up daily and consistently, at the end of the day, best known will be best, because attention goes where you show up, right? Like, if you don't put your content on a search engine, no one's gonna know that you exist. Because when people have problems, they go to Google. They're not really running to Instagram. They're not really running to Facebook. Only if they're posting their own problem, they kind of want to get like an answer where it's like, you know, what should I say to my boyfriend or something like that. When it comes business related or health related, they're going to Google to look for their answer. So if you have value-based content and you're already publishing your content on, you know, Facebook or Instagram, think about repurposing it onto Pinterest, onto YouTube, onto a podcast if you don't want to show your face or whatever. Or even a blog. You can have the transcriptions all done. Actually, YouTube has free transcriptions. So if you upload a video onto YouTube, they will transcribe it for you for free. So that's another amazing tidbit that I found out while I was uploading videos onto YouTube. So you kind of learn something new every day when you're doing something new, which I think is awesome. And I can't wait to share that with you guys. I said it to Mark earlier, but I think I'm going to host a Facebook Live to YouTube repurposing challenge. So how it's going to look is it'll be like 10 days long, and I'm literally just going to take you the process from like start to like the habit forming finish. So like the last couple of days we'll be repurposing like 3 to 4 videos like on the span of 4 days. But how it's going to look is I'm going to teach you guys how to do SEO and how to set up your account for success so you can start seeing results immediately, just like how I have. So that one kind of a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but you guys get the whole message. It's best known beats best. What does that mean? It means that if you show up more, you're going to beat the best because they're lazy and they're not going to show up. That's just how it is, okay? It doesn't matter what's in here. It matters is if you're projecting it so other people can hear and see you and know your message so they can relate to you and like work with you. And that's how like the business builds. It's like if you don't show up and help other people, they're never going to know that you're an option for them. So remember, best known beats best. And you start becoming best known by just publishing daily. Don't worry about the time. Don't worry about the nitty gritties. Don't worry about the camera with the lighting and the editing and all that like jazz that really doesn't matter. What really matters is like have a clear picture. Like you guys can see me, you can hear me. Audio and like a clear picture is what people care about over, you know, like the flashing like background like jazz. Like, yeah, does that make for cool effects? It does, but some of us don't really have the time for that, and it's okay. So as long as you have a clear picture and your audio is okay, you're fine. So that is one tip that I have seen on people's live streams is always make sure that the lighting is fine. Like make sure people can actually see you and make sure they can hear you. Those are the only 2 things that you need to be successful, okay? Don't like have this like fuzzy like picture with like you're like in your basement corner with like I don't even know, like dogs barking and whatever. I actually had to like restart this video. Like it doesn't like show up on the video. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like restart the video. So it happens to the best of us. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for today. I'm like rambling on now, but I'm so happy that you guys chimed in and you told me your comments. I love when you guys chat with me on live stream. So never ever hesitate to, if you're watching the replay, watching on YouTube, watching now, and maybe you think of something later, always let me know in the comments what you're thinking of. And I love like replying and responding to comments. So that's all I have to say for today. If you guys have any questions in regards to social media marketing, search engines, social media search engines, how to stay consistent, all of that jazz, let me know in the comments because your question could quite literally be the topic for the next live stream. So I hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday and I will see you guys tomorrow on the next live stream. Bye guys.